Welcome to the latest edition of Mike Said It First here on another wonderful hump day. It's kind of raining outside in Georgia. Don't know how the weather is where you guys are. I'm just saying it's June 2nd. It's a hump day, and we're ready to get this thing rolling. On today's 30-minute episode, once again, Kyrie Irving needs reality thrown at him and not just water bottles. Anthony Davis needs to show up or Clippers might win it all. The Miami Heat got swept, and a Nets versus Bucks prediction, and also is Brad Stevens getting the white privilege treatment since the news is now that he's becoming the new leader of basketball operations? Well, Stephen A. Smith thinks so. I'll tell you what I think. We'll be back after this commercial break. We'll talk Kyrie and get right in to all the good stuff.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
Oh, man. I feel like on my show, I talk so much about Kyrie stinking Irving, okay? I talk so much about Kyrie, it gets frustrating after a point, okay? I don't want to talk about Kyrie sometimes, but it is frustrating when Kyrie is always in the news for something stupid he said, or something stupid he did, or someone did to him. And I'll be the first to admit I have been very vocal, especially on Twitter, MKDHD, been very vocal about fans throwing stuff at players and being disrespectful to players because we waited all this time through COVID just for this to happen. It's nauseating. I understand that. I initially on Twitter said that Kyrie Irving, as much as I didn't like him, he still should not have had that water bottle thrown at him. And then I saw what Kyrie did to pile on what had already been happening. And we're going to get to the basketball side of this in just 2 seconds, don't worry. Kyrie Irving randomly brings up racism in Boston, okay? So you're automatically taking off a bunch of people in Boston. If they're so racist, why is Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Kemba Walker, they love those guys, but no, they're racist. Completely agree. Right? I mean, that's logical, right? No, it's not. It's not logical. So, okay, that's fine. I'm going to leave that alone, right? How dare you have a water bottle thrown at him? Before the players were walking off the court, Kyrie looks at the Celtics logo, stomps it, and wipes his shoe. I'm like, the one time I defend you, flat earth moron, I have to take it right back. People think I'm just a hater, that, Kyrie is just a great... If he was not a fancy dribbler, if he played like Austin Rivers from 2018, no one would like this dude. Just because you can dribble around people and hit tough shots does not mean you should be, what's the word here? You should not be immune to these things. Like, these things should have to affect you too. I'm not saying that if I'm in the top row, of course I'm not going to throw a water bottle because I could kill somebody. But if I'm right there and I see Kyrie Irving, I might throw something at him. But here's what Kyrie needs thrown at him. Reality. The reality is this Duke star, Kyrie Irving, missed the playoffs every single year he was in Cleveland until LeBron James saved him. But what about the shot? Well, what about the block? You cannot have it both. You cannot have it one way. If you talk about the shot, the block has to be talked about too. One play, especially in basketball, does not define a basketball game. Stop thinking that that's true. Kyrie Irving then goes to Boston. He's going to help out the Celtics, and we'll get to them in a second as well. And I'm sorry. I get you were injured the first time, but you were never there for them, and there was constant reports of him dragging the team down with his emotions. He's a drama crybaby. That's all he is. He's a fancy dribbling drama crybaby. I don't know what else to say about this guy anymore. Then he goes to the Nets. And, I understand that the Nets want to win. I understand that the Nets GM has to do his thing. Do you honestly think, with your heart of hearts, that if James Harden, if Kyrie and Katie don't want James Harden, or they don't care for him, do you think he goes to Brooklyn? Because I don't. I don't. I think he goes somewhere else. But Brooklyn just had to pull that trigger. Why? There's two superstars vouched for James Harden. And now Kyrie can sit back and relax. Eventually it's going to come to the point where three guys are just relaxing and one of them's going to have to step up and make a shot. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I think the Brooklyn Nets are a supernova, not a super team. They are way too stacked with three isolation scorers who are nuts. This team is loaded. They beat the Celtics in 5. It should have been an easy 4, but I'll be honest. The series was way too competitive for my liking. Kyrie Irving's going to waltz through to the NBA Finals if they get past the Bucks, which we'll talk about last. And it's going to mean nothing to me. Because you ruin the sake of competition. Then you want to stomp on logos. And it's just a logo. Well, no. It's the entire city of Boston being represented by that logo. You know how you guys are with flags, right? Okay, that's what I thought. Logos, flags, they're all idol worship, okay? So this whole is just a logo. No. No, you cannot do that. It means something more to people than just a logo. And Kyrie didn't give a crap about you in Boston or anybody. He doesn't like fans, and he has shown that by literally telling the Brooklyn media he was depressed from social injustice, and when in reality, he's going to his sister's birthday party. Get out of here. Stop that. Again, series was way too competitive for me. I know it was 5 games. I get that. But why did Boston steal a game from you? That's impossible. Why was game 1 so close? Why was game 5 had to come down kind of to the wire? Yeah, they were killing them, but it's like, it was like a 10-point game with like 7 minutes to go. Why? Because this team has character issues, and I love it. I love it, personally. As a team with a bunch of idiot characters, I'm okay they have character issues because it's expected. It's like the Clippers. Now the Clippers have been humbled, and all of a sudden they're up 2-2 and a chance to take out Luka again. And that's okay. That's fine. But I just feel like the Nets are fragile. And I still think it would be a disgrace to league history if they didn't win the championship. But God forbid, here we are. I will pick the Bucks and Celtics, the Bucks and Nets series last on the show. But let's talk about Brad Stevens. When I first heard that, last week or the week before, I came on this very show on My City First, presented by MyBookie.ag. Go to MyBookie.ag, 12-ounce sports is the promo code to use. 12OZ Sports, all caps, no spaces, for up to $1,000 first deposit bonus. No one does it like MyBookie and the 12-ounce crew. So, where was I going with this? Also, I said Brad Stevens' job was probably saved because Jason Tatum dropped a 50-piece in the play-in. They made the playoffs. As long as they were competitive, I thought Brad Stevens was to keep his job. Well, now the reports from Woj and somewhat ShamWows, according to those guys, now Danny Ainge is no longer the president of basketball operations. Brad Stevens is now going to assume that role, and they're going to look for a new head coach. Okay, so that's where we're at. And I thought, well, that's cool. Brad Stevens has never come across as a motivational speaker, and sometimes, as an NBA head coach, let's be real, as any sports head coach, as a soccer head coach, a tennis player's coach, you kind of got to be a leader of men and women. And Brad Stevens just does not come across as that kind of a guy. He never gets angry. I mean, I don't know what to think, but I know he's a great basketball mind. That's what we've always been spoon-fed by the media, and I'm going to run with that. I mean, the dude, they were fighting for no reason. Like, they were genuinely in the battle with the Nets, and they shouldn't have been. Kemba Walker has never lived up to the expectations he had from Charlotte. The injuries could deal with that. And also, Jaylen Brown was not there. And I'm now convinced that Jaylen Brown could have made this thing really stinking competitive. After seeing what Jason Tatum did by himself. And Jabari Parker. I love me some Jabari Parker. But Brad Stevens, gets this position. Okay, I'm happy for him. And then this morning, as the news is breaking, Stephen A. Smith gets on First Take. You guys love Stephen A. Smith, right? Gets on First Take and says it's a race thing. It's white privilege, and I understand as a white person, it's unfair. I get it. People are just like, oh, you can't. Yes, I can. Why can't I talk about this? I'm telling you guys from a basketball perspective why this is not racist. So don't just listen to white versus black. Listen to what I'm saying here. Brad Stevens, as underachieving as and I stand by that he underachieved as a head coach. LeBron has something to do with that, but let's be real. He underachieved as a head coach. But Brad Stevens also dealt with a lot of... he dealt with a lot of injuries, if we're being fair and honest with ourselves. Whether it was Isaiah Thomas, Jaylen Brown, sometimes Jason Tatum, Kyrie Irving, all of this stuff went on. And I'm trying to figure out why, because Jaylen Brown's out, oh, well, he was terrible. They lost in 5. They should not have won a game. There were 3 games in that series, one of which the Celtics won, that should not have even been close. And he had them fight back. Now, I was just saying the players have to work, and obviously the players have to do the work. But he obviously drew up something that was incredible. And this promotion, it's not a promotion. Is it more money? Yes. Probably. I'm sure head of basketball operations, Danny Ainge, gets more than Brad Stevens as a head coach. How do we know Brad Stevens is not going to hire a black dude, first of all? And second of all, it's not a promotion. Head coaches don't just become that position randomly. Oh, you've done well with this, let's do this. No. It's 2 completely different things. It's an office job, meaning he has to look at the evaluations and scouting and all kind of good stuff and help with the player GM stuff. He doesn't have to coach the team anymore. That's way different. And people got to stop with it. But I'm gonna leave it at that. But I had to get my take on the Brad Stevens thing. And Kyrie Irving, I'm not saying throw water bottles at him, but reality, if reality came in a box or a bottle or a little candy bar, here's reality. They're probably going free at our local gas station, by the way. When I come back, we're going to talk about Anthony Davis or the Clippers. Like, if I gun to my head right now, oh gosh, it's like Michael, yes, Anthony Davis or the Clippers. I don't know.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
I want to appreciate all the good people at 12 Ounce Sports. And if you want to show your appreciation, please go to 12OunceSportsRadio.com/Amazon. It is literally the easiest thing that we ask you guys to do. Like, we don't ask much of you guys. But it literally takes you straight to Amazon website. And you just shop on Amazon. If you make a purchase, we get credit. You get your stuff. No extra charge. No extra whatever. It's 12 Ounce Sports. It's Amazon. It's what you want. It's what you listen to. We're here for you. 12OunceSportsRadio.com/Amazon. And thanks for those of you that listen on the replay or watch the replay on YouTube, Facebook. God, I forget. We have so many platforms. Zingo TV, channel 761. Hi, Zingo TV. Hi. Promo 12 ounces 12OZ on Zingo TV. It's a free app. Free website. Cool stuff. So I've come to an ultimatum at this point in my life. I've come to the point in my life where I believe that, especially after last night, let's talk about LeBron first of all. LeBron James walked off the court last night like 6 minutes ago. They were down 30, but he quit! I wouldn't do that personally. I think LeBron has earned the right to do that. Like, the man's ankle is hurting him. Let him get treatment, man. He's tired of this crap. They cannot shoot threes to save their lives. Danny Green, where are you? I'm kidding. But this is going to come. I'm holding on to a slim chance to Game 6 and Game 7. The Lakers are just going to step up and step on their necks. There's another part of me that believes that this LeBron is about to lose in the first round for the first time in his life. And then those MJ fanboys, but we're going to talk about that. Stress-free right now. We're good. I believe Lakers are about to lose a series in 6. If they don't lose a series next time, they're winning Game 7. And that's period, end of story. The Suns can go home. But Game 6 is the series completely. It's no question about it. As Pete from Pete's Power Play says, simple as that. That's my best Pete impression. I don't know. Shout out to my girl Gia. Girl, Dad! Sorry. But in all honesty, this is an ultimatum in my life. I either have to choose Anthony Davis or the Clippers. You know, we laugh at the Clippers so much, but I gotta give them credit. I'm not giving Tyronn Lue credit for crap, by the way. Okay? He's just riding another good team, okay? I don't care about Tyronn Lue. I give the Clippers credit after we bashed them last year, and now they've come back from 2-0 and jokes on us, for now. Their odds, you could have paid $15 to win like $700 the other week. Well, the other day. And now it's at plus 650 after the Lakers lost last night. AD is down with a groin injury. My heart of hearts tells me, and the Mike said it first in me, says that Anthony Davis will not even play Game 6. Lakers get blown off the floor. Clippers win the NBA Finals. Against 2, I'll talk about that next after the next commercial break. But my heart of hearts tells me that the pride in me of Mike said it first, like there's a pride and there's a brain of me and Mike said it first. The logo says, like that's the pride, the logo says LeBron shows up in Game 6 even if AD doesn't, and Lakers clamp down and win. And then they both show up in Game 7 and they win again. But the name Mike said it first kind of is toying with my brain right now. I'm at a crossroads. If I had to choose one, I'm going to say the Lakers lose Game 6. AD doesn't even play. And the Lakers go try to recruit Damian Lillard or God knows whoever where. I don't know. I'm not crying. I never thought it would come to this because AD's groin, obviously, that's a deal breaker. Terror. It's not funny. But I think Clippers win the West now. I really do. And I think the Vegas told you that. When it went from plus 1,200 to plus 650 in 2 days. Vegas knows what they're talking about. And now that bet you could have made for 15 for 700 is now like 15 for like 300. So congratulations. I mean, too bad you didn't bounce on that before, right? Too bad I wasn't here to tell you that. But plus 1,200, boy, that was nice. Again, mybookie.ag, Promo code 12 Sports, 12OZ Sports, all caps, no spaces. We're up to a $1,000 first deposit bonus. Okay, I have about 7-ish minutes left before World Hockey Report with Cody Jansen and company. And again, so my ultimatum right now is I believe unless Anthony Davis plays Game 6, Lakers lose, AD doesn't show up, and Game 7 doesn't exist, obviously, and Clippers win the West, okay? And shout out Dame with a 55 piece on him, okay? Double overtime, but still a 55 piece. I'll be right back, and we're going to talk about the Miami Heat getting swept, and then we're going to talk about Clippers, I can only say this, Nets and Bucks. We'll be back.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
Okay, so we're back. Show recap. We're just going to talk about it real quickly here. Kyrie Irving really ticked me off again. He stomped the logo. Everything I said good about him had to be taken back. But he needs reality thrown at him. He's not as special as he thinks he is. Fancy dribbling. Oh, my goodness. Also, Brad Stevens is not white privilege. It's not even a promotion. It's a different job. And I'm surprised they let him go this early because of the Jaylen Brown injury, but he did underperform. I will admit that I admitted to you about 1 or 2 weeks ago. My heart of hearts tells me Anthony Davis does not play Game 6. Suns blow the Lakers off the floor again, and then Clippers win the West. It's a plus 650. Whatever. It was a plus 1,200 before AD got hurt. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, we got swept! Okay, so as a Miami Heat fan, I loved the bubble last year. I don't want to classify it as the bubble because I feel like people use that against a lot of teams. Like, your team showed up, but because my team won, oh, it's the bubble guppies. Yeah, if you guys are funny. I love the memes. I really do. Hate the word meme, but I love the memes. Like, I get it. Okay, it's cool. Now, that being said, we need Victor Oladipo, but he won't be back till September, so I don't need to know if we're going to re-sign him. I'm glad we kept Tyler Hero. Are good on that? I ain't talking about the James Harden crap no more. I'm glad we kept Tyler Hero. I don't see any more times out of this. I'm glad we didn't trade for James Harden and we kept Tyler Hero. There, I said it. First, actually. I said that, okay? Unfollow me, unsubscribe, whatever you want to do. That's the way I feel, and that's it. Eric Spoelstra is becoming a Brad Stevens if he doesn't win anything soon. Although I think Spoelstra's in a lot more with less. I mean, NBA Finals appearance is pretty cool. And now the Nets and Bucks. Okay, so I told you guys, I flip-flopped on this so many stinking times. It's a flip-flopper. Remember that from the old show? Here's my thing. The Nets being so competitive with the Celtics, and here's why the Celtics were competitive. They had a guy that could score, and they also played defense. Mike Budenholzer came from the Spurs years ago, and the Bucks are a defensive team. I've been saying Nets in 5, Nets in 5, Nets in 5, and it still might be Nets in 5. But I've had a reawakening. I've had a resurrection. I've had a second coming, if you will. He is risen. I got Bucks in 6. I mean, you can hold me accountable for saying Nets in 5. I was trolling you guys. I'm terrible. I am the classic nerd of on the computer like this. Nets in 5. But I really, really think the Bucks are now about to win this thing. No, win the East. Clippers winning it all. Bucks winning the East. Bucks in 6. I don't know why I'm saying that. Something tells me that defense and chemistry is going to rule the day. And didn't I say that about the Lakers? Well, now AD's gone. Guess what? Gun in my head right now. AD doesn't play Game 6. Suns win that series. Clippers win the West. And the Bucks beat the Celtics. They kill Philly. Philly. And then the Clippers beat the Bucks. I'm out of time. You know who isn't? World Hockey Report. Cody Jansen, co-owner of 12 Sports. Peace out, guys. I'm giving you guys 2 fingers and saying goodbye. See you next week. Same time, same place. Same good-looking guy. Good night.